I will be withdrawing $500,000 that I made trading live CPI with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 million Kenyan shillings.
6 million.
This was 6 million Kenyan shillings.
Every generation has its obsession. For some, it was music. For others, it was football, or tech startups, or crypto. But today, in streets across Nairobi, Lagos, Johannesburg, and beyond, a new dream whispers in the ears of the young. It's not a dream of talent, not a dream of building. It's the dream of Forex, foreign exchange trading. A world where, with just a phone and an internet connection, you're told you can flip a few dollars into a fortune. The promise spreads like wildfire across social media. Trade from your phone, quit your job, drive a German machine in 6 months. And the young, they believe, because why wouldn't they? On Instagram and TikTok, the Forex traders of Africa present themselves not as professionals or financial analysts, but as celebrities. They show cars, apartments, Rolex watches. They film themselves on balconies with city skylines behind them, claiming it all came from the same charts you can access right now, if you just start today. But behind the filters and the success stories lies a darker truth. This isn't a story about money. It's a story about manipulation, psychology, and the cost of chasing a mirage. This is the dark world of Forex traders.
Chapter 1: The Mirage of Millions. The foreign exchange market, in reality, is vast. Trillions of dollars move through it every single day. But the image sold to young Africans is far smaller, far more personal. You too can be rich. All you need is a laptop, Wi-Fi, and the courage to start. The mirage begins with numbers. Screenshots of trading apps showing profits in the thousands of dollars. Screenshots of withdrawals from brokers. Piles of cash placed neatly on tables. But here's the truth they never mention. Many of those screenshots are faked. Some accounts are demo accounts, not real money at all. Others are edited with apps so convincing they can fool almost anyone. The lifestyle posts aren't really about trading. They're about marketing. And the commodity being sold isn't financial freedom, it's hope. Hope that your life can change overnight. Hope that you can escape poverty. Hope that you can be the one to make it in your village, your estate, your family. It's hope packaged and resold at a price. Mentorship fees, signal groups, and endless courses. And the faces behind this industry? They've become the new celebrities.
Chapter 2: The New Celebrities. To the youth scrolling on Instagram or YouTube, these traders are more than finance guys. They're rock stars. They're influencers. They're the ones who made it without a degree, without connections, without privilege. And in a continent where opportunity feels scarce, their stories land like gospel. The cars, the fashion, the vacations, it's all designed to prove one thing. If I can do it, so can you. Except, can you? Because for every Forex trader flaunting a Mercedes, there are 1,000 followers emptying their pockets into mentorship groups that lead nowhere. This is where names begin to matter, because some of these traders are household names, at least to the young men and women who dream of their success. And two of the biggest names? Sammyboy and Kenyan Prince.
Chapter 3: Sammyboy and Kenyan Prince, the faces of the dream. In Kenya, if you ask the youth who the Forex kings are, these names rise to the top. Sammyboy, with his sharp dressing, his calm demeanor, his talk of strategy and discipline. And Kenyan Prince, whose online persona is bold, brash, dripping with confidence. Together, they embody two sides of the same dream. Sammyboy presents himself as the teacher, the mentor who can guide you through the dangerous waters of Forex. His content leans on the image of wisdom and experience. But critics whisper about students who paid fees and never saw results, of mentorship programs that promised the world and delivered frustration. Kenyan Prince, on the other hand, thrives on flamboyance. Cars, jewelry, expensive dinners, his brand is built on showing the life already achieved. But behind the bravado are endless debates. How much of that wealth came from trading, and how much from selling courses? Both men are loved, both are hated, and both have become symbols of the Forex world in East Africa. To their followers, they're proof it's possible. To their critics, they're the embodiment of an industry built on illusions. But they're not alone. They're just the beginning, because in the shadows of this industry, more names rise, each with their own story, their own following, their own controversies. And soon, the cracks begin to show.
Chapter 4. Onyango Ted, the trader with secrets. If you talk about Forex in Nairobi, one name always finds its way into the conversation: Onyango Ted. Ted built his brand on exclusivity. He doesn't just post flashy cars or designer fits, he builds mystery. His captions read like riddles. His videos feel like they're speaking only to those who get it. To his followers, this aura of secrecy makes him more credible, more authentic. He doesn't need to prove himself, they say. But to his critics, it's a cover. They claim his trades don't add up, that his screenshots don't match market reality. The truth about Ted is slippery. That's what makes him so effective, because in the Forex game, being unprovable is sometimes more valuable than being real. Chapter 5. The Pluto. From Forex to influence. Then there's the Pluto, a name known far beyond Forex. He didn't just stop at trading. He expanded, reinvented, and ultimately became an influencer whose reach went way past the charts and candlesticks. Pluto's story is almost textbook. Start with Forex, build clout, then leverage it into music, lifestyle, and content creation. For many, he's proved that Forex can be a stepping stone into broader fame. But in the Forex community, whispers persist. Did Pluto ever truly master trading? Or was Forex just the stage he used to launch his bigger ambitions? For his fans, the answer doesn't matter. Pluto turned the dream into reality, regardless of how he got there. For critics, he's yet another example of how Forex often serves as branding, not banking.
Chapter 6. Kafuri FX. Mentor or manipulator? If there's one name that sparks heated debates in Kenyan Forex circles, it's Kafuri FX. Kafuri has built an empire on mentorship programs. His selling point is simple: I will teach you to trade like me. Hundreds have joined his classes, paying fees in the hope of unlocking the same success. Some swear by him. They say Kafuri changed their lives, gave them tools they never had before. They call him a genuine mentor. Others, though, tell a different story. They claim his mentorship is overpriced, his strategies recycled from free content on the internet. They accuse him of focusing less on actual trading and more on enrolling the next batch of students. And here lies the uncomfortable question: is he a mentor or a manipulator? Chapter 7. The industry itself. How Forex really works. To understand these traders, you first have to understand the game they're playing. Forex isn't gambling. It isn't magic. It's a global market where banks, corporations, and governments move currencies in staggering amounts. For professionals, it's a business of razor-thin margins and years of training. But that's not what's sold online. The version of Forex you see on Instagram is simplified, dramatized, and often weaponized. Instead of discipline, it pushes dreams. Instead of caution, it preaches urgency. Start today, don't waste time. Behind the scenes, most retail traders lose money. Studies show that more than 70% of new Forex traders wipe out their accounts within months. And yet, the industry thrives. Because for every loss, there's another mentor, another signal group, another trader promising that this time, it'll be different.
Chapter 8. Broken Promises. Behind the screenshots and luxury cars lies a quieter truth. the stories of those who followed and lost. There are young men who sold their motorbikes to fund Forex accounts. University students who used their school fees, hoping to double it before exams. Mothers who borrowed money from chama groups, convinced they'd repay it in weeks. Most never saw that money again. Some fell into depression. Some hid their losses from families. Some walked away quietly, ashamed. And a few took darker paths. These are the victims no one posts about. The silent casualties of a dream that was never designed for them to win. Because in the dark world of Forex, every flashy success story is built on the shadows of 10 untold failures.
Chapter 9: The Psychology of Greed. At the heart of Forex allure isn't strategy, it isn't charts, it isn't even money, it's greed. Not greed in the obvious sense, but the subtle kind, the voice that whispers, if he can do it, why not me? Just one more trade. I'll stop after I hit this target. Greed blurs reality. It convinces people that screenshots are proof, that rented cars mean ownership, that a weekend seminar can replace years of discipline. And once greed takes root, it doesn't let go. It fuels deposits, losses, and the desperate need to chase back what was lost. The house doesn't need to cheat when the player keeps walking back to the table willingly. Chapter 10: The Ghost Accounts. Then there are the ghost accounts, the secret weapon of the Forex influencer. Screenshots showing profits in the thousands, MetaTrader balances climbing by the minute, followers double tapping in awe. But behind the screen, things aren't always what they seem. Demo accounts can be manipulated, profits can be staged, even apps exist that let traders fake their balances with just a few clicks. It's theater. A performance designed to sell mentorships, signals, and dreams. And in the end, the audience doesn't question the script. They believe. Because believing is easier than admitting the truth that most of these profits never existed in the first place.
Chapter 11: Lessons from the Fallen. For every Sammyboy or Kenyan prince flashing cash online, there are dozens whose names we'll never hear. Take the student in Eldoret who spent his scholarship on Forex signals. He dropped out after losing it all. Or the Boda Boda writer in Kisumu who borrowed from friends to fund his trades. They no longer pick his calls. These are the real stories, buried beneath the noise. And yet, hidden in these failures lies the clearest lesson. Forex isn't the shortcut it's sold as. It's a system built for institutions, not individuals. For every winner, there are hundreds of losers funding the dream. The fallen don't just lose money, they lose trust, hope, and sometimes even themselves. Chapter 12: Final Descent. So what do we make of it all? The traders, the mentorships, the promises. It's a cycle, one that feeds on hope, repackages failure as motivation, and sells the illusion of escape. But here's the truth. If Forex was the golden ticket they claim, they wouldn't need to sell you courses. They wouldn't need to flaunt rented cars. They wouldn't need you to believe. The game is simple. They win when you play. You lose when you trust. And that's the dark reality of the Forex dream. Because in the end, the plane doesn't keep climbing forever. It stalls, it shakes, and sooner or later, it crashes.